Ha ha ha! What an exciting day this is! Is everyone ready for another clash?
And I am.
I am
Time to throw down.
I am super excited for this matchup. These are two of the best combatants that have been on Clash of Classes so far. They have been tearing through the competition like I can't think like a barbarian through a goblin. Splitting it up. Our warriors tonight.
Now.
Our warriors tonight are contenders Thorgard, the Vengeance Paladin, versus Zen Zed, our Moon Druid. So I am super excited for that. We got a really great map today.
Yeah.
I want to give a huge shout out and turn it over to Ian. You are our ref today. Tell us a little bit about what you're expecting and how you think this might go down. Do you have any predictions?
I suspect that couple of the players just might get burned here.
Ooh, I see what you did there. That's really exciting. Is there anything particular about the battle arena that's really going to turn it up, or do you want to keep that on the DL from the players?
Well, I will start if I flip up the arena visually. In the center of the arena is what appears to be a well, but there's definitely a little bit of heat coming out of it, if you know what I mean.
I see what you did there.
Yep. God. And surrounding the arena too are statues whose eyes are glowing, which means they're gonna do something.
I love it. I love it. You can see right over here, they're circling the arena. That screams trouble. All right. Yeah. So we're super excited. You're gonna be running the game for us. Brandon, what are your predictions? Who are you betting your money on before we introduce our contenders?
It just seems to me that the further the bracket goes, the more dangerous the Coliseums become.
Yeah, okay, there might be some truth there, but that means that we've also got the creme de la creme of the contenders.
I want to say my money's on Zen Zed, our neighborhood druid, because he has been wrecking shit all the way up this bracket.
I don't know, man. The tactic coming out of our pal Thorgard have been right up at the top. So
Thorgard is still just one man versus 8 animals, so yep. I don't know.
I just know at the end of the day, the dice giveth and the dice taketh away, and we've definitely seen that numerous times in this.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so how about we introduce our contenders so we can get ready to clash, all right? We're going to go ahead and swing in our first contender. Zen Zed, start it. Oops.
Oh, looks like you're me, the gamekeeper.
All right, so we seem to be having some technical difficulty with our buddy Kiefer. It looks like he's about to throw his device. Not super great. Definitely a problem. Check your settings in the bottom, and we'll get back to you. So honestly, we've been watching these fighters for some time now. We've seen the tactics that Zen Zed has been dropping in with the constant animal conjuring. I definitely agree with Ian. I think that that's going to be a big takeaway advantage. Are you there?
Hello?
All right, Zen Zed, the floor is yours.
Oh, boy. You know, it's just been all these days of, you know, I've been glad I can stand back and not have to deal all these deadly blows, but I can still smell the burning corpse from that last poor fellow. And I have all the respect for you, Thorgard, but you wear this cloth. You wear the cloth of the divine, and yet you triumph over the joy of combat. I don't understand. You're blessed with radiance, but you're led to smite. I really feel for your woman and your child that they would have to live without a father. Yet I have nothing of material value to offer or to atone for what I'm about to take away. Alas, you sought glory bought by blood. The God of creation, he dwells with me. And we do not wish to bring you harm, but I must live on. you must submit. Submit, and I'll make sure you go with dignity. And then I take
Thorgard
off on an owl.
Thorgard shouts across. You take off on an. He conjures animals. DM. Thorgard shouts across the gap, spittle covering his beard, as he begins to slam his sword against his shield. I wear not the cloth of the divine, but the blood of my enemies, little one. Your self-righteousness. The great prismatic worm, and he points to his shield covered in scales. They're translucent, but like just this beautiful blue. When Gorm Madrog, greatest of elementals, was felled by me, in his scales, his high protect me now. Druid, the animals you conjure, the nature you bend, are nothing compared to his powers. They are beyond your knowledge and comprehension. Just like the druids of my Grorior, you are found simple and small.
Yeah. I am.
Oh, shit, Brandon. Did you see that shit, DM Gray? They're already at each other's throats right now, and that smack talk is just that's too much. I want to bring in our our assistant DM here and see what he thinks about that little spout as they transition to the arena and get ready to throw their.
This is clearly going to be the might of the Smite versus the bedazzling menagerie. That's how it's going down.
I like it.
Is the mighty shield of Thorgard going to be able to defend against 8 attackers at once? We'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I do think I'm pulling. I think Thorgard might actually have this for a few different reasons that I'll get into as we discuss the match. But how about we roll and get into this battle match? We want to thank you, Peanut, for being our assistant ref and helping feed us the great details right from the ringside. Let's get into it. Let's pull up the arena here, Brandon. So I'm really excited for this this match. Those of you guys that are watching at home, ready for this blood and gore, what are your predictions? Let's see it in chat. Who do you think's going to win? The Vengeance Paladin, Thorgard, he's had some really good bouts, or Zen Zed, who has clearly been the tactical genius throughout all the matches? Share your comments in the chat. Brandon, what are you thinking?
I was gonna say now that I'm thinking about it, if Thorgard has been able to watch Zen Zed's matches in the past, I think if he were to get straight up in there and just keep at him, staying within that melee zone, he's gonna have a real hard time trying to use any of his abilities, his magic abilities.
Definitely. And so I mentioned that I think Thorgard might end up coming on top. Looks like Silverwolf is pulling for Zen with all of his masterful tactics, and I kind of gotta agree a little bit there. But what I think is interesting about this is that there is a strong weakness that came out in the strategy that Zen Zed has been using, specifically blinding himself in the process. And I do feel like if our Paladin can not only manage to go in and get a hold of him before he can activate his signature fog, that'll definitely give him a little bit of advantage there. But also, he has so many different ways to help break down concentration, which, as we know, that conjure animals that Zen Zed is known for does require concentration, and a big smite can break it, making them all poof out of existence.
I think it's funny that Zen Zed just used Long Strider to increase his speed by 10 feet, specifically to run for cover.
And you know what? That's the first thing he did. As you guys can see, you've got the blocks. It totally gives him cover from ranged attacks, and I think that speed boost will help him keep his distance from Thorgard, who is definitely going to be the slower of the two in this battle. Without line of sight, though, that definitely limits Thorgard. It forces him to close that gap, and there's a lot of risk with moving around this arena. I'm told that those statues tend to come to life and just swing and start striking at anything within range. And so that's definitely a hazard. The characters themselves probably aren't aware of what the range is. I don't even know what it is, but I know it's deadly and can be very bad for the players as a whole.
They're
So
taking up 4x4 squares. That means they're gargantuan, right?
Yeah, I think so. They're monstrous. They're Thorgard and Zen Zed. If they get too close to these, they're in trouble. The only hope is that I've heard stories that sometimes they sometimes come to pick themselves up and start chasing people. I haven't seen it, but I've heard the tales. I don't know if Thorgard is what his plan or tactics going in here is. So for those that don't know, in an arena this big and losing line of sight, his the Vengeance Paladin's access to the Hunter's Mark actually will probably come into some extra come in handy here, because if I'm not mistaken, the Hunter's Mark gives bonuses to locating people. So even if he can't see him, I
Yes,
think
that's
that
right.
once he marks him as his quarry, it'll make easy to identify and locate him and chase him around. So I definitely think that's good. At the center of the arena is a nasty geyser that just erupts regularly and splashes out searing heat that will splash anyone that's too close. I'm not exactly sure of the range. I know it's pretty large. Radius is 25 feet. So that what
Damn.
is five squares away from it. So there's a fine line there between our combatants. What are your looking at this, knowing what the battlefield entails? I think that one of the players could, or I think Thorgard or Zen Zed, whoever can choose to utilize. Oh no, Zen Zed is attempting to hide in the arena using the cover. So that'll definitely make it harder for Thorgard to track down his target. And I definitely think that getting an ambush here is something that Zen Zed can really benefit from.
It looks like the assistant ref says that Zen Zed stealthily moves. I think he's trying to just get around without Thorgard seeing him.
Yeah, and I think that that'll also give him an opportunity to prepare
Jump.
any spells.
Jump his ass.
Well, yeah, because think about it. If he can't see him now and he casts fog or some other similar ability, it'll certainly make it harder for Thorgard to not only close the gap, but to deliver a finishing blow or a blow at all. Now, I don't know what's rocking on. Let's take a look at his Thorgard's equipment here and his spells. He does have Bane, Commands, and Hunter's Mark, as well as Shield of Faith and Rat. I mean, he's got some good stuff. Hold Person even and Misty Step. So he's got some options. Unfortunately, as he's looking around, there's sand blowing in his eyes. The cheer of the crowd is distracting him, and he can't get a lock on Zen Zed, no matter where he's at. He might as well be fighting blind. Did you break something?
Yeah, I double clicked his
Token.
token and I clicked on his skill perception.
So right now, it's Thorgard's turn. He failed his perception check. What would you do in this situation?
That perception check was my fault.
Oh, that was you, not him.
Yeah, I double clicked his token to open it, and I clicked the third time, and I clicked perception by accident. And
I got you.
made him roll.
Yeah, we certainly don't want any mistakes here. So
yeah, yeah. Let's look at what he's got.
So he's got some pretty good powers here. I think some of the big advantages that he is going to have is the fact that he's got Alchemist Fire. With a good Alchemist Fire, that once he can get it on his opponent, even if he loses sight, he'll continue to take damage till he puts it out. But I really think that him dashing in through the sand and closing the gap is going to be the only option to him. He doesn't have a whole lot of ranged power other than the javelins. Of course, if he can hold a spell such as hold person and preemptively charge it and cast it and have the reaction trigger when he sees Zen Zed, he might be able to catch him off guard for that instant.
Oof. Now, whole person, does that only work on it? Yeah, it says right there, choose a humanoid. So if Zen turns into an animal, it's not going to work on him.
Does wild shape change your? I guess it would, wouldn't it? You would no longer be a humanoid.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know the official ruling on that.
I imagine if you turn into a horse, you're a quadruped.
Huh. Oh, I don't want to cast spells here. So one thing he's rocking is the Wrathful Smite, which is a very interesting power in and of itself. Apparently there's some technical difficulties on the field. It looks like somebody's weapon is stuck inside their sheath, maybe.
This listener is also saying that there's steam emanating from the well, more steam than where it was before.
Oh, I wonder if it's gradually.
Do you think it grows every round?
No, I think it's illuminating to indicating that it's about to erupt. So it's possible that it erupts every round, which is definitely going to be problematic. It looks like our Druid is readying for battle and has taken on a defensive position. He certainly doesn't seem to be. He's doing whatever he can to keep his distance and avoid the direct combat of Thorgard. And honestly, I think that's a good tactic, because if Thorgard can close that gap, his Divine Smite will just rip through all that is Zen Zed.
I also clicked on Thorgard's avatar, and the line of sight, he can't see anything.
No, he can't. That's one of the benefits of this arena is there's so many pieces of terrain that block line of sight, making it very dangerous.
I think that's an awesome concept for this VTT.
Yeah. If you don't know, we are currently running on Foundry, which is a super fun tabletop system. If you haven't used it, definitely check it out. So Silverwolf says wild shape, magically assume the shape of the beast that you have seen. So I would say that definitely impacts the ability to. So what is he dropping down there? Do we know what those markers are?
They're caltrops.
Oh, he's dropping caltrops. He's spewing caltrops around, so maybe he's going on the defensive. This is unusual for Thorgard, because usually Thorgard charges right into battle and starts swinging. The fact that he's setting up caltrops around himself is different.
That is something new.
What do you think he's thinking?
I think he's thinking Zen Zed is being sneaky. I can't see him, so I'm going to make it so if he does sneak up on me, he's not going to make it.
And for those of you who don't know, caltraps force a dex save or stop somebody's movement, which is definitely a great way to stop them from getting getting the jump on you.
Ooh, I didn't know caltraps actually stop movement. I think
they do. Handy. I'll double check that ruling.
The caster erupts and explodes in a misty hot. Now they just got to go with some.
I just noticed he doesn't have a fancy animation for that like he usually does. Doesn't he usually put together a really fancy animation?
Yeah, it does.
So, okay. So it doesn't stop their movement. So what it does is when you step on caltraps, you need to succeed a DC 15 save. Or stop moving and take 1 piercing damage. And until the creature regains at least 1 hit points, its walking speed is reduced by 10 feet. So that's pretty dangerous.
Wow, I didn't know they were that devastating.
Yeah. And here comes the menagerie. We have seen this spell before. Do you see the green energy harnessed around Zen Zed, that wild druid magic? It's lashing out like whips, shooting around him as he reaches out into the ether and then into the fey and starts to pull woodland creatures to his aid. and it looks like Thorgard. Thorgard not seeing his phone or seeing his foe after a crit stealth throws caltraps around, preparing himself for many feet of animals he is anticipating.
Yeah. I think Zen Zed might be having that in the back of his mind. It's like, I have conjured 8 animals every single round. Maybe I'm not going to do that this round. Because I bet he's anticipating it.
Yeah, I definitely think that
Oh,
right
never
now.
mind. That's exactly what he's doing.
Oh, yep, he's bringing out the creatures. So it really depends on which creatures he brings out. So with conjure animals, he can summon 1 CR beast 2 or CR2 beast, or up to 8 quarter CR monsters, and depending the combination that he picks is going to determine success or not, right?
Yeah.
It definitely looks like he's summoning giant badgers. And giant badgers are not as terrifying.
His beastly buddies are all hidden.
Are they out of line of sight?
That's what Sister Ref
Oh,
was saying.
that
That's
is
because do badgers have like a advantage to stealth?
no, but they do have burrow, and they are weak. So he is going to get 8 of them, as they are a quarter strength. But they have keen smell, which is great for sniffing out an enemy's location. But the fact that they have burrow also means they can sneak in and come up behind Thorgard, which I think is a good strategy if that's what he's going for.
That is
Zen
smart.
Zed. Zen Zed is secretly communicating with the referee, and apparently it's boring for the assistant ref.
Because he cares.
So what do you think's got to be going through Thorgard's mind right now?
Oh fuck.
Definitely giant honey badgers. Honey badgers don't care.
Like, there's my opponent. He is in this arena. He can conjure many beasts, and I can't see him. I would. My sphincter would be pretty tight too.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can see he's got them conjured and placed in a lot of places. This is a very tactical decision, I think, that, and this is what Zen Zed is known for, right? Optimizing the arena to his advantage, in a way that he doesn't have to do all the hard work. He lets his minions do it. But all it takes, I think, once again, once this is up, Thorgard has to just charge in and accept what's coming, and has to break his concentration. If he doesn't do that, he's going to get overwhelmed, just like several of Zen Zed's earlier enemies. What do you think?
History repeats itself. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Yes.
And I hope that Thorgard comes to the right conclusion, because when fighting Zen Zed, you have to be aggressive. You can't stay back. You can't be cautious, at least in the beginning, because as soon as he gets planted and set up, he needs to he'll get you, because even if he sends 8 creatures, no matter how defensive Thorgard is, no matter how high his armor class, which looks like it's a 20, rocking that shield. 8 attacks, even from wimpy giant badgers, is still going to be punishing. So he really just needs to run around, try to get to Zen Zed, and bust through his defenses before it's too late.
Ugh.
What is that? Get that off my screen. There we go. If I was in Zen Zed's shoes, I mean, he's already got a superb tactic in this moment right now. But if I was in Zen Zed's shoes, I think now would be a perfect time to pop out and actually target Thorgard with the fog spell, which I don't think requires concentration, does it?
It does.
Fog cloud does require concentration?
I specifically remember that.
Yep, it does. You're right. So then, because of that, he won't be able to get. He won't be able to
keep his animals.
Right. We haven't had much movement from the giant statues. That's the other thing. Like, if Thorgard can leverage his mighty strength and get a hold of Zen Zed, he could literally just drag him either over the geyser or near one of these vicious gargoyle statues and let them do the work for him. And all he has to do is hold him down.
Oh my god.
What? What did I miss?
I just realized Zen Zed turned into a giant badger.
Did he really?
Yes, so
but
Thorgard's not going to know who's who.
Definitely. That is definitely a problem. Oh, goodness. I told you he needed to charge in and take advantage of that, and he didn't do that. And now he's got 9 targets to hit instead of just 1. And
oh my god.
that
If the badgers are underground, burrowed, moving around, does that give them advantage on their saves against the steam?
I would assume so. I certainly don't know the direct ruling, but no, I would say it wouldn't even be advantage on the save because that's considered total cover, which means the attack won't be able to get it to him. Oh my goodness, this is not looking good for Thorgard. Thorgard continues to drop caltraps. The Zen Zed shuffle is back. And this is not the first time we've seen this strategy. And you do what works, right? I think that Thorgard's got his work. He's building a little fortress over there, but that isn't going to do no good if all the enemies come out from below him.
Caltrop fort.
Oh, goodness. If creatures are buried, will the geyser even hurt them? You're asking that question to the DM, and I agree. Nope is the answer. So they have,
nope.
Yep, they have total cover. So Zen Zed is on. Zen Zed, we got to give it to Zen, man. His strategies are superb, and we've talked about this before. The creatures aren't that strong that he conjures, but a mix of stealth and deception keeps winning him the battles. And Thorgard is just playing it safe, which is I don't think is going to work out for him in the end.
Oh, that's what the minus is. That's how many feet down they're burrowed.
Yep. It shows that they're under the thing. And it looks like some of them are sneaking in right now. And they're going to pop up right behind him. So the real question is, because they're hidden, that should give them advantage on their attack rolls, right? Because attack from hiding, from an unseen attacker gains advantage.
I think that depends, because I see up here the assistant ref had said 2 minutes ago, Thorgard sees the small mounds moving under the sand. So I think he knows something's there. I don't think he knows what they are.
That's interesting. That is interesting. I wouldn't have expected that ruling. But that's how the DM or the referees both ruled it. So, which is why we have
sees the earth moving around him.
So that alludes to something, but I still think they gain the unseen attacker benefit, which is certainly a prop.
He's throwing more caltraps. That's exactly what's going. He's going shit.
That's definitely a good strategy. I mean, what has to be going through his mind right now? He knows something's down there, but it could be anything. So I think right now this best strategy would be to ready an action to swing his weapon and attack if anything pops out of the sand. That's what I would do if you know something is under there. It's certainly a long setup for his strategy here, but I think it'll in the end it'll pay off. The question though is how is Thorgard going to get out of this? He has to find a way to get Zen Zed to reveal himself. What would you do?
Oh shit! I have no idea. I don't know how he would be able to do it unless he had an ability that like penetrated underground. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Blast, detect evil, and filtration. You know if there is an aberration, so unless you alone until fiend or undead. Nope, that's not going to count. So detect evil and good's not going to work.
And
wonder if
that's actually a
detect
really
magic would
good
work.
strategy because he's basically ruling out what it could be at this point, right? Damn. Zen is on the move. Wasn't expecting that. Usually he plays such a defensive position. Like, so how would you even get him up out of being burrowed? If I recall, the base of the stadium is solid stone and it's just coated with sand. So there's definitely got to be a limit of how low he can go. But then it's still going to be a problem with Thorgard. I mean, pulling him up out of there, even if he does find him. Thorgard has given Zen Zed too much leeway here, and it's not for the better, unfortunately.
I think I figured out a way for him to actually locate Zen Zed.
What's that?
Locate object. If he can remember something that Zen Zed is wearing or that is on his person,
Does he have that spell prepared?
it's under his second levels.
Oh,
I don't know how to tell if it's prepared or not.
yeah, I don't see it on his. Well, I don't see it on this character sheet here, but I don't know if it's tied to it or not. He does definitely has that as part of his spells he has access to, but I don't think he has it prepared. I think this he's got Bane
unprepared.
command.
Yeah, grayed out means it's unprepared.
So yeah, he's certainly gonna have some problems here. He's got a lot of powerful features working for him, but if he doesn't take advantage of them,
he did not drop Hunter's Mark fast enough, so that's not going to work.
Yeah, I think that would, and I mentioned it earlier. I thought that would probably have been the key to this, is getting his enemy marked as quickly as possible with Hunter marked.
And he did not do it in time, so.
Thorgard, you hear Thorgard is shouting from the sands. You can hear it all the way up here. Something about a great worm tried something similar to this tactic.
Didn't he just say that his shield was made from the scales of a great worm?
He did. He did share that. I heard about that. That great worm was terrorizing a small village of Blackshire, and Thorgard came in and took the gold, took the glory, and walked away nearly unscathed. Though I heard rumors that he didn't do it himself. The rumors I heard is that somebody weakened him, and oh, look at that. He finally reaches out to his divine power and embraces the shield of faith, increasing his already high AC from 20 to 22. A really good move to do.
The animation's really nice.
Yeah, makes it really clear that he's protected. You can see the glow from up here. So
one bonus action, 10 minutes concentration.
Andrew actually has a really good point. Ricardo says he heard that the worm died of old age. You know what? That would certainly be a thing. I could totally see adventurer like Thorgard doing that, like going on the hunt and finding the thing already keeled over and just like clearing off its head and taking credit.
I did it.
Andrew has a really good question. Can would locate object work if somebody was shapeshift? And I agree with Silverwolf. I don't think it would.
Yeah.
So the geyser is continuing to erupt. Right now, they've managed to find themselves in interesting situation. I mean, I don't feel like any of the minions have been given as much autonomy as you would have expected at this point. All Thorgard can do is wait to die. Thorgard smacks his shield against his sword. A shimmering glow begins to glow from his shield, made of the shimmering scales, and prepares for any move made against him. This has to be the most patient paladin I've ever seen. Usually they're so aggressive and they just want to smite everything.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. You just sit there cautiously waiting. It's like, okay.
He's like, I'm not even going to move.
Waiting. I'm ready. I wonder what Zen's plan is for these 4 that he's held back.
Yeah, I don't see what the benefit of doing that was. I think that he should have just swarmed Thorgard and go. I think that
no, I think I got an idea of what's going on,
what's that?
or why he left it behind. Is what the hell is Ian doing? He's measuring out a giant circle on the inside of the Coliseum. Well, what if the 4 pop out and so does Zen, and Thorgard believes that he only conjured 4 badgers until Zen runs off in this direction, luring Thorgard with him, and then boop, they pop up. And,
That's definitely an interesting strategy. It kind of reminds me of when Naruto was fighting
oh my god!
the Byakugan guy. What's his name? Neji. And he's got all his shadow clones running and attacking at him. So Silverwolf says, unless the DMs allowed the ruling that Zen would be wearing something wild shape, but then again, Thorgard would have seen Zen in the first place. I think technically, as long as it's feasible for the form, they can have things either attached and carried around them or absorbed into their body. So I think that would come down to the decision that they made on that front. But it doesn't matter. He hasn't cast it and doesn't seem to have it prepared. I mean, really, right now, I'm concerned that the geyser will eventually start expanding, and I really think that that's something that will get things moving.
Once again, a player will be ended by environmental hazard.
Well, that's what happens.
I'm wondering when the patience of the statues is going to wear thin, and they're going to start moving.
I do. So did Thorgard run out of caltraps?
Let's see. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's used 5. Inventory. I don't know. I mean, how many? Bag of 20. He's got 200 of them still.
Oh, he's good.
And he's got ball bearings.
So I think if I was in this situation right now, there needs to be Ultimate Cat Gaming says, I swear that environmental hazards are going to win a free copy of Foundry. And right you are, Ultimate Cat Gaming. Congratulations, you've learned the secret. Today, winner on Clash of Classes is the environmental hazards. Sorry, heroes, you were just too feeble and weak.
Way to go, Coliseum.
The Coliseum, the real enemies. Apparently, the ref down, our assistant ref down on the field here is got some good insight. I don't know if you know, he actually has detect telepathy. He has telepathy.
Telepathy.
Telepathy. Thank you. And he actually can hear the inner thoughts of our warriors here. And apparently they are both strategizing to next level, which is strange because Thorgard hasn't done a whole lot besides dropping the caltraps. It does look like the giant badgers have erupted from beneath the sand, and as expected, Thorgard took that opportunity with an op attack and stabbed down the creature and left it fleeing in fear of his blade.
He stepped down into the dirt, pulling up blood and smiling because he knows that he hit it.
You know what would be an ultimate strategy? Is to have all the badgers move in a chain so it's like there's one big creature under the sand.
Oh,
that would
God.
certainly be interesting. I see Zen Zed is on the move. What do you think Zen Zed is doing? Usually he just sends all his minions in. Do you think he's trying to get an opportunity to ambush him and take advantage of that?
Possibly. I mean, what is he going to be able to do that his fellow badgers aren't going to do? Because he retains the same stat block, doesn't he?
He has the same stat block as them.
Yeah. So any strategy that he'd be doing right now as a badger, I would assume that he would be using his minions for instead of himself, keeping himself out of danger.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oops, did that go away? Can't move that. My bad. What's under there? I forgot when I move that happens. So all right. Okay. So if I was Zen Zed, you really I don't see why you wouldn't just send in all your minions first, wear down your enemy before you engage him.
Ooh, that was a close crit.
Ooh,
what the hell?
Another one pops out to attack Thorgard, and Thorgard unleashes a flurry of strikes, a very combative stance against the honey badger. I'm sorry, the giant badger.
I'm sitting here trying to look at a Zen spellbook, and I can't because he's a badger right now.
I didn't even tried looking at that.
Yeah, because you're saying, oh, what would he do? And I was like, oh, well, what if he pops up out of the ground and shifts back? And maybe he's got something up his sleeve for him, but he's got to be close to him. But I don't know because I can't see his spellbook.
I agree with Silverwolf here. He talks about that. He does confirm that Zen Zed has the same stats, but he does believe that it had been faster for them to move normally and then burrow. But I think that would have went against Zen Zed's strategy overall, since his goal was, in fact, to surprise his enemy. But I think it would have been more of a surprise if half a dozen of them would have jumped out on him at once instead of just one at a time. So now he knows what he's facing, and that fear of the unknown is gone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did he actually kill off one of the badgers?
I think he did.
Ooh. Well, that's no fun. Well, what's our HP anyway?
Oh, no, he didn't. It's to the far north. The arena's huge.
The geyser erupts. And they're still going within range of it.
Yeah, they because Zen Zed is underground, he can move freely on the battle arena, and Thorgard has taken up a defensive position, cowering behind a boulder in his now ball bearings and his caltraps. I would really like to see somebody Spartan kick another person into the center pool. What's that?
I love that. What if Zam popped up out of the ground in front of one of the statues to aggravate it, to aggress it, and then just reburrowed again? In the attempt to make it aggro onto Thorgard instead of him.
Yeah. Throwing some ball bearings onto the ground and surveying the field, Thorgard gives no less than half a dozen more similar holes. And he says, I will withstand the swarm. But I do like your strategy. That's a really good idea. I'd like to see that, but it comes up to whether Zen Zed is doing it. We're starting to get into it. Looks like Zen Zed has moved in for battle. The question is Thorgard going to just assume that it's another badger, or is it going like right now, being deep under the sand and then breaking out of it into a bigger bestial form? He could literally burst out of the sand as like a bear or something.
That would be sexy as hell.
And see, okay, so here's the strategy I'm thinking. As Zen Zed, you shapeshift into a bear, you bust out of the sand, you use your multi-attack to get a hold of Thorgard, and then drag him either to the killer statues or into the area of effect of the exploding geyser from the center of the arena.
More likely the statue, because that's a long way around to get around those caltraps.
That's true.
The badgers are circling the arena. Now,
they are making some movement finally.
So we also got to remember that Zen Zed is double the depth under the ground.
Yes.
So even if Thorgard were to stab down like he has been the other ones, he's probably going to miss because he's too far underground.
Right. And it looks like Zen Zed continues to is rising up slowly. He's up to only a few feet under the sand, and I'm waiting with anticipation of what's going to happen here.
Yeah. Because 6 feet, he's in his own grave right now.
He literally dug his own grave. That's
Oh, shit.
hilarious. See, once again, though, Thorgard isn't going to know that. So even if he stabs into something, he's not going to know that it's Zen Zed instead of a regular badger. And I think that that's an unfortunate problem with Thorgard locking himself in this. What I would like to see is him be a little more aggressive. Oh, an athletics check. Is he trying to leap over the his own the ground is wavering. Is that trembling underneath Thorgard there? Oh, did it require I'm concerned because as the ground trembles below Thorgard, that means he knows something is there.
Maybe that he knows something's around him.
Yeah. I think that you can see him just randomly splashing his blade thick into the sand. He doesn't seem to be hitting anything. Thorgard does make an attack and does connect with Giant Badger Zen. He feels the complex sand and does deliver a piercing blow into the sand, pulling up the blunt of Zen in his badger form. I think that this is not going to go the way he expects. The fact that he didn't use a smite means he really doesn't know that it's Zen. Otherwise, there's no reason not to, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that right now this is Thorgard's shot. He has to maybe ready in action to grapple Zen when he pops out. Yeah, that's Silver's asking about concentration tracks. But unfortunately, I can't share that because if I do, I'll give it away. And I think I might be able to message him directly and ask. I don't know how to say that.
It looks like Zen did not take the damage. Instead, he had burrowed 12 feet deeper. I think when he typed in how many feet down he went, he might have accidentally put the wrong number or something.
Oh, it made it closer than it was.
That's what I'm guessing.
It is now. I'm concerned here because Thorgard is just randomly plumping into the ground and doesn't seem to have any sort of strategy that I can see.
If it gets any closer, that statue's going to randomly plunge him into the ground.
That's kind of what I'm hoping, to be honest. I'd like to see somebody get cleaved in twain. All this hiding stuff is not really my jams. I'm much more of an upfront fighter. Of course, I retired from adventuring life, a good 20 years ago. But
because you took an arrow to the knee?
Yeah, 2 actually. First one to the knee, and then to good measure as a reminder, I took a second one to the same knee in the same location, split the arrow in twain.
You know what it means to take an arrow to the knee, right?
To get married, yeah.
Yeah.
she ensured that I wasn't going anywhere by shooting the same spot again. Very much Robin Hood style.
Oh my God. The badgers are creating a minefield of unstable, difficult terrain.
Is that a thing that they can do?
I think that's what Zen was chatting to Ian about, that the assistant.
Trying to get, hey, I want to do this, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have burrow, so burrowing around would definitely be something that would be. But what is the benefit, though? That's the thing. What is the benefit of making it difficult terrain? I can't see it. I mean, if it's hard to move, that's great. But if you can't land a blow, it isn't going to matter.
unless badgers are not affected by let's see, features, multi-attack, keen smell. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
they don't have anything directly. So if they're burrowing, he's using that as a way to make it uncomfortable and difficult to walk through. But
So what?
how is that going to help him in the long run? Thorgard looks around at the ground, seeing puffs of sand move everywhere, trying to find stable ground and stabbing in the mound before realizing it's too deep. He prepares for any other opportunity to be on the offensive.
Zen Zed is seeking out his other badgers to change the plan.
I see. So he's changing his strategy. Once again, I don't really know what strategy he's got going on here. But
What was the plan? Question mark. Players can't see that when I type in there, can they?
I have no idea. I would assume they can. So okay, the Badgers are on the run now.
I hope not. No. The plan was to burrow until they created a hole to drop Thorgard into.
Yeah, that isn't going to work if it's sand. It'll just fill in. You ever try to build a sandcastle?
Yep.
That is
force the ground to fall.
This is interesting. I think what he's talking about is fall towards the center. If they weaken the structure of the ground, will it start sliding in? I don't know how deep the sand is.
Don't they create a hole to drop over there with sand?
I really think that the strategy is too off the cuff with this one.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was planning on making a minefield of pitfalls, but the sand kept filling them up. Yeah.
Yep, that definitely is part of the problem. Get out of the way, kitty. Look at my peppers. Isn't she cute?
I'm trying to speed it up with less secrets.
Oh. Kill them all.
Making a massive land.
I want to see some blood. Where is this blood that Thorgard is known for spilling? Why isn't the Badgers ripping apart Thorgard from limb? That's what we want to see. We want to see blood sport. We don't want to see hiding. That's for rogues. I'm really curious now, though. Like, it'll take Thorgard one good hit. I mean, he literally could run from... He could run from badger to badger. Well, he can't see them. They're underground. Never mind. This is definitely a kerfuffle, I think, for Thorgard.
I put down Thorgard's lack of bloodlust makes me want a refund on my ticket.
Give me a refund. Oh, goodness.
My gold's still on Zen.
Ricardo, I'm right there with Ricardo. So I don't know if you can hear it shouting in the stands. Ricardo in the stands shouting at Zen to turn into a griddle, grapple the damn Paladin, and throw him into the geyser.
Ooh. You see this?
It's a great strategy.
Prepara Nova, which I assume that's Zen.
That's Zen.
As much as possible, need to set up to get the proper advantage, or I'm dead. He's afraid of getting too close to Thorgard.
Well, yeah, because one blow will end it for him. Though it is worth noting that Thorgard starts yelling to the peasant in the crowd who wants to stick their pet. Oh, damn it. Ultimate Cat Gaming in the crowd shouts, "Do you think Zen is badgering Thorgard?"
He's badgering the witness. It's his witness.
Everyone is shifted 10 feet clockwise.
That's cool. He's making a whirlpool of sand.
That is so cool.
Monitor.
I hear your mother.
Monitor. Did you say mother?
Something about mother.
No, she wants a monitor, a baby monitor.
Oh, that was nice of you. So, I want to take a quick interruption here of the extraordinary battle in the arena to let you
Yes,
know that
riveting.
we are Grid Academy. Please consider checking us out over on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We talk all kinds of D&D, and we have a really fun topic coming up this Sunday. We're going to be talking Unearthed Arcana, Heroes of Kryn. So please come and check it out. We got I'll share our own thoughts. I'm excited for Dragonlance. Anybody else?
I have a Dragonlance book.
I've never read it.
I'm near the end of the first book. The problem is I've misplaced it. I have no idea where it went.
I think you started reading that when I was still hanging out with Anthony.
Yeah, I really need to read more. In fact, I feel bad because I picked up there is a book that I would read a lot. It was Diablo.
Uh-huh.
And Richard A. Knack is one of my favorite authors because he writes so well. And he put out a new book. It's a trilogy. So I bought the first book. I was like, oh, okay, I can't wait to read this. And then I saw the Blizzard logo. I was like, nah, I'm just going to set this aside for a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, dude, I wanted to play Diablo 2, the remake, so bad, but I just couldn't support that company anymore. Canceled my WoW account, didn't get the game, because I have respect for women.
It's sad.
It's sad that I have respect for women.
No, that's fucked up.
So I do
Dragonlance book.
I do like the strategy Zen Zed is coming up with. He's using the burrowing creatures to kind of create a sand whirlpool, right? That works towards the center. And I think that that's pretty interesting. I don't know that it's going to be enough. I wonder.
He says the sand begins to drain away.
Does that mean he'll eventually not have enough sand to burrow?
I don't know. Maybe. Zen Zed
pops up. That I was not expecting.
Uh-oh. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh.
You know, there's a ruler for that in the corner.
I don't like touching anything because I don't want to mess up the board.
That I can understand. So right now, Zen Zed has popped up out of the sand. What do you think's going through his mind right now?
Oh, shit.
Oh, dude.
Well, I mean, he's popped up as a giant badger, so, I mean, I assume Thorgard would assume that is Zen, because why would only one pop up and not the others?
Well, maybe he could think it's a trap too, right?
Yeah, unless he thinks he's luring him away.
I did just notice that as the sand went down, the badgers are only 5 feet under the sand now. Is the sand melting away, or not melting away? Like, you know, sliding into the geyser and going to eventually reveal Zen Zed and all of his badgers. That would certainly be exciting.
Enable trigger happy triggers. What the fuck?
Sinkhole. Yes, thank you, Silverwolf.
Is the sand disappearing? Zen asked that himself. He's unsure what's going on.
No, that's me. That was me. I had his token selected.
Assistant Ref, sure is. Surprise battlefield. This is not going as planned.
So this is good. So this is going to force Zen Zed into a little bit more aggressive position as he loses his cover, which I think is a good idea by the Arena Masters. I think that's a good call by the Arena Masters. Though, do you know how many peasants it's going to take to refill the sand if it all drains into the geyser? I don't know that they're going to have enough. They'll have to go and slave some more, I guess.
Not to mention how many peasants is it going to take to do. Because that guy's just going to erupt and it's going to kill them off.
right?
It's like, damn. Well, looks like the first.
I'm pretty
first
sure
one
there's a
failed.
goblin down there that's controlling that geyser, if I remember right.
Where did you hear that from?
I don't know. I hear a lot of things. I get around. I drink a lot. People
Yeah,
say
but
a
they're
lot of
just
stuff when you're drinking.
rumors. How do you think there could be a goblin down there, effectively operating a geyser? Do you think there's like a giant pipe down there that a dragon is superheating and just shoot? Well, that could be possible. So, yeah, good on you.
Oh man.
An attack roll.
Is that
Thorgard
even
throws
in
a javelin.
range? Where's the range on a javelin? Because Thorgard just chucked
Says
a
it-
javelin.
Yes, it's right there. 30 to 120 feet.
Oh, did he do it with disadvantage? I didn't see.
It's 60 feet. I'm using the ruler. I'm still afraid to use it. Will it disappear if I let go? Yes, it will. Okay.
So this is interesting. Zen Zed has revealed himself for the first time, and now Thorgard is on the move. I think
there was disadvantage. Why is he
So
getting disadvantage?
because it's outside the normal range. Just so everyone knows,
For a javelin?
yeah, you just read the range, didn't you?
Yeah, 30 to 120 feet. He's 60 feet
Yeah.
away.
Anything over 30 feet is disadvantage. So that's definitely not great, but he still managed to land a deafening blow. So I think that I think Thorgard needs to start, or not Thorgard, Zen Zed needs to start sending all of his badgers to surround Thorgard and ambush him. And then
Time out.
I don't think we have timeout, but you can certainly go ahead.
When you have a ranged weapon that says, like, for example, javelin, 30/120 feet, what does that mean?
That means 30 feet with normal range, 120 feet is maximum range. So anything between 30 and 120 is disadvantage, and you can't hit shit after 120 at all.
Oh, shit. I've been
Doing it
for
wrong.
fucking 5 years. I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
What did you think it meant?
I thought that, like, the between numbers was that's its range, period.
Zen Zed tries to hide, but unfortunately, as he's digging through the sand, just throwing gusts of sand up in the air, giving away his location.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
It's like when the dog's trying to hide, goes to the bathroom and tries to cover it up, right? Or a badger in this case. So I think this is Thorgard's opportunity. He needs to close that gap. He needs to get a hold of Zen Zed and take him out. If he gets a chance to go under, he's going to be in trouble again. And Zen Zed, if he doesn't get his badgers all up on Thorgard and attacking, they could disappear without actually benefiting him in any way.
That's right.
So I think that it's definitely Zen Zed shouts, "I'm totally hidden. You cannot see me." Yes, this is definitely the longest clash. That's because we went a different way with the design of the
Arena.
Specifically the hazards. And I think that we will lessons learned. I try to end these at an hour, and we're just now getting to the good stuff. But that's because one of the combatants took a very defensive hiding ambushing tactic, and the other one's like, "I'm too scared to move." Yeah, so I definitely agree with our assistant ref touching on the fact that the long strider that Zen Zed had cast earlier has really allowed him high mobility on the map, which is super use. The badgers are hidden in the sand. but the sand is slowly draining away into the geyser. So eventually they won't be able to hide and burrow into the sand anymore. So they have a limited number of rounds to be able to do that. So we'll see how that goes for him. Did he just heal a badger? Oh my goodness. He's healing the badgers to redirect Thorgard into thinking that's him. Because if he heals a badger, I mean, which sane druid would waste their healing power on a weakling companion? At least I think. All right.
Wild shape.
So it looks like our druid might be shape-shifting again. Oh no, he's healing himself. So one of the cool features of the Circle of the Moon Druid is combat wild shape that lets them forgo spell slots to heal themselves. And you can see the green energy rushing up from around his body, gathering as it stitches his wounds together.
I did not know druids could do that.
Yep.
That is actually really convenient.
Somebody says druids cannot cast wild shape. That is true, but they can cast outside and then concentrate on some spells once shapeshifted, which is what he's doing right now. So he wasn't healing the badger; he was healing him. The badger is himself. I'm good because that was confusing me. So I'm really torn here. I kind of want to see Thorgard just give Zen Zed a really good ass kicking, but in the same token, yeah, no, I think I'm pulling for Thorgard right now. Zen Zed's got a superior strategy, but I think that if Thorgard can close that gap, which he really needs to try to be doing, badgers pop up and enter combat mode. So all at once, an entire arena is now full, standing on top of the sand, an army of badgers ready to come at Thorgard.
Badgers.
They're heading for the beard. I agree with Ricardo. He's man, these fans in the crowd, they are shouting loud tonight. He shouts that Thorgard needs some faith and to make a move. Oh, Silver Wolf comes in with a good point. Movement, dash, Misty Step. Probably doesn't even have to dash. He could probably move and just Misty Step, right? How long was the distance?
30 feet. It's Misty Step.
Yep. So he can, yeah, he would need to dash to get there.
Is it prepped though?
It is, I believe.
It is.
I was looking at his spells earlier, and it certainly is on his list here. So that definitely can help close it. But I would say Misty Step and then cast Hold Person. If he can cast Hold Person and lock him down, then it doesn't matter how long it takes him to get to Zen Zed.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to wait for him to de-shift.
What do you mean de-shift?
He's a badger. He's not a humanoid.
Oh shit! You're right. You are very much right. That definitely changes things. That's, man, the druid is just so versatile, I think.
Yo,
and
really?
I think that it's really coming through. Thanks for the clarification, Silver Wolf. Oh no, what do we got here? He is throwing at disadvantage again with another javelin. Oh, I can feel that from up here. It caught him right in his rear haunch. You can see the blood splurt. Oh, he's going to be feeling that tomorrow.
You see that disadvantage roll, a 14 and a 15?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a roll to have. And
Was
it
it a
misses.
miss?
No, it hit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I saw it deliver a solid blow. Oh, yeah, you can't Misty Step and hold a person on the same turn, because if you cast a leveled spell, the action has to be a cantrip. Excellent observations, stand referee. Mike Stain. Mike Stain, that's funny. I love that. Oh, it might be Mikey Stein, actually. Okay, that's less funny. But yeah, these oh, we got a Constitution save. Oh no! Is that gonna cause the loss of concentration? Are all of the Badgers about to go poof?
So this is where we're going to learn that the versatility actually works or not.
Man, a 7 con save is not, I don't think. Thorgard!
That did not go as planned at all.
Oh, it looks like Zen Zed is now out in the open. This is
Burrow,
not
bitch.
looking good. His concentration is broken. He has lost his summoned familiars. What is he going to do now? This is a tough one.
This is where it's going to start getting good because Zen's plans have just went to the shitter. So,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute.
His tactic was good, but I don't think either of our arena contenders were aggressive enough here.
Thorgard's getting real close to that statue.
Good. I hope it swings at him.
Oh, yeah, it's happening. Ian just put his statue.
Oh no! Thorgard
Statue,
makes
yeah.
himself a little too careless. So that's the thing about the arena. It's easy to get distracted. Oh no!
24.
What a wallop!
It's
The
damage.
as Thorgard is dashing around, his back to the stone Goliath, it swings a mighty hammer and slams into his back of his armor. I can see the dent and hear the ring all the way up here in the boxes, Brandon.
He's just walking by and just a sudden ping.
It's like, I don't even feel it.
Turn Thorgard into a bell. It's dinner time, motherfucker.
Clang, clang, clang. Okay. So here we go. We got Thorgard is slowly closing into Zen Zed. I think Zen Zed's next best move at this moment would if he burrows, eventually the sand's going to go away. So I don't know how reliable that's going to be. It does look like the geysers erupting, but they're both safe out of the way.
I think the sand only disappeared where that circle was drawn.
Okay.
I think like around the outside, it might still remain the same depth.
Yeah, I really think that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Zen Zed's being awfully brave at this moment.
Yeah, he is.
Especially for being a tiny little.
Zen Zed moves in.
He seems confused. He's running around wildly.
His circles. What the hell is he doing?
Did he get the shit kicked out of him? He's all confused, or maybe a little bit of that wild animal is getting through. Can't control himself.
He shifted back. He's Zen again. He's no longer a badger. He is face to face with Thorgard within what? Only a few feet? 25 feet. Oh my god.
I think that, so can you shift from one form to another? If anybody in the audience knows, can you shift from one form to another, or do you have to revert first?
That's ironic. Zen Zed pulls out Hold Person on Thorgard.
Oh, no! That's why he shape-shifted back to a person. He's taken out his normal form, so now he's, I can see it from up here. Do you see the wind taking on the form of, taking on the form of a grasping hand as the sand, like Sandman, reaches up and gets a firm grasp on Thorgard. Thorgard is now locked in place by this mighty sand hand from the Hold Person. Like Emotep.
What a great movie. I didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't either. He's going the spellcasting route, and that's surprising considering I think the how do I open this up? The stats. Oh, wisdom is not. I mean, wisdom's his net second lowest stat, so that actually is a good thing to target. I think. All the issues with Hold Person are going to be a problem. So for those of you who don't know, Hold Person is a very potent spell in a situation like this. It basically allows them to paralyze a target if they fail their wisdom save. And that's certainly not a great condition to have on yourself, because while paralyzed, a character is basically incapacitated, can't move, can't speak, automatically fails strength and dex saves, attack rolls have advantage, and any attack that hits the creature is an automatic crit. So this is looking not great. Why is he retreating? You've got the advantage. You've got the advantage. Zen Zed, go for the blow. Turn into a bear. Maul his ass.
I don't know what the hell just happened, but there was a new wisdom save dropped, and it was a 20.
Okay.
The Thorgard saved against hold person.
Oh yeah, probably because it ends at the end of his turn, doesn't it? He gets a chance to break it.
Yeah, right.
It's at the end of each of his turns. So yeah, so it looks like he may have just lost it as the hands, the sand hand busts free, or Thorgard busts free from the sand hand, and looks like he begins moving forward. Thorgard takes a step forward and shouting, "Weak mind control," and begins dashing towards Zen Zed. This is not looking good for him. I'm telling you, he should have taken. Our contenders aren't as aggressive. What do we got to do to make them more bloodthirsty? I say, Brandon, you go down, you open the gate, and you let loose the fiery hounds of death.
Fiery hounds of death.
Yeah, we need to get them more aggressive. You know how hard it is to not be aggressive with dogs that breathe fire chasing you down? Oh no! Thorgard dashes towards Zen Zed, and then in a puff of silvery smoke appears right next to him, weapon raised high. He swings. Oh, his longsword comes in with a nice, powerful blow. Unfortunately, Zen Zed tries to dodge and twist out of the way, but Thorgard's training learns to anticipate the blow, and he comes in for a devastating strike. Woo, with Divine Smite. He has just lit up our pal Zen Zed. This is not looking too good for him now.
16 radiant damage. He's at 28. 28 to 50. We can't see his bar, his health bar.
Why not? That's weird. Yeah, I don't know why I can't see his health bar. That's really weird. It's because he did. It's because he did.
Again. A hit.
Can he smite twice?
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's two. Yeah, no, I don't know. Why did he roll twice?
Well, Divine Smite is not a spell, right?
No, it's not. It's a magical effect, but it's not a spell. I think it's a magical. Yeah, I think it's a magical effect, but it's not a spell.
The extra damage is a 2d8 for a first level spell slot plus 1d8.
That's right. They hit. So Thorgard is unleashing hell right now. Our Zen Zed is at 5 hit points out of 50 after being smote twice. He needs to change into a bear and just maul him and throw Thorgard's punk ass right into the abyss. That's what I think. What?
This is just proven that the Druid has been kicking ass all the way up to this point, but without those animals to help.
I would say that though.
Yeah, without the animals to help, that's where the issue lies.
I don't think he was kicking ass. He had a really good strategy, but he didn't execute on it. He tried to do some fancy stuff that ended up not working for him, and Thorgard played the waiting game. I think if he would have just been more aggressive and had them all ambush Thorgard, I think he would have definitely been in the right, especially if he ambushed them and then popped out and then did hold person, and then they all had advantage and crits on them. I think that more aggressive behavior would have certainly been a better way to handle this situation. His only chance now is to change into something with lots of hit points, like a brown bear, or heal himself.
It looks like he still has a 3rd level spell slot, so he could conjure animals again if he wanted.
It definitely would be a good way to do it. Even if he did, it looks like Zen Zed takes the disengage action and gets out of dodge. He can't afford to take another smite attack. or he'll get his face wrecked. Like I said, if he does, he missed his opportunity to take advantage that he outnumbered his enemy. And then as soon as he started to lose that advantage, it's going to be a problem for him. I don't necessarily think that it's over for Zen Zed, though. Once again, I think that maybe if he conjures animals again and does something like something powerful, or maybe a bunch of the birds, and he is getting hunters marked, and marked as his quarry. It'll be much harder for Zen Zed to play the stealth game now. Yep.
Not to mention that extra D6. If he had the extra D6 when he attacked the first time, Zen might be dead right now.
Zen Zed is dead, I think. He didn't heal himself at all, did he?
He did.
Oh, he did?
I did see a +9 go up at some
Yep,
point.
he's +3 hit points, so he did recover some hit points before dashing out of there.
Oh, he's at 3 HP now.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it hardcore. He needs to play the defensive game, which, see, this is the problem. I'm torn because just shape shifting will give him plenty of HP. So if he has another wild shape, say into like a brown bear, which we know he's capable of.
A 17. That's gonna hit, isn't it?
You bet it is.
Javelin 2 hits, and that's the end of the game.
Yeah, turning into a brown bear would have gave him 34 hit points. I don't even know that Thorgard actually took any damage directly from Zen Zed. I know he took a few blows from his minions and then ran into the skeleton, but it looks like Thorgard delivers death by javelin, has turned Zen Zed into a pincushion, and after striking his foe, laughs loudly.
Kebab.
All right, so let's pull this out of here. This was definitely a different match than we've seen previously. The strategies were definitely very different. So we're gonna bring them in. We're gonna hear their strategy. We'll talk to the
Thorgard's talking shit in the chat.
Blood gurgling.
He kicks over his foe, blood gurgling from his mouth.
Its blood is staining the ground right now. So I'm gonna give them our thoughts once they come back. Let's bring in our dungeon master, our assistant or our referee first, and hear what he has to say. All right, Ian. The battle is over. Let's bring everyone in. Well, before we get to them, let's hear what Thorgard has to say to his challenger.
Thorgard! As Thorgard comes up, and I'm sorry, he said he would kick him over a little bit. I imagine like he just took 2 javelins to the back as he's like running away with his little quick like long strider. As I'm like, boom, boom, and he just and he falls to the ground, knocked unconscious, and I would come up and I'd flip him over and I'd kneel down. I go to see my children, and he's like, and that's what would happen there. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. So let's take a minute to celebrate. So I want to put some stuff on the spot. First, I want to hear from Zen Zed. What went right? What went wrong? What kind of challenge did you run in? Anything you wish you would have did differently?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, altogether, just nothing was going as planned so much. So my whole idea was to build like this whole minefield of pit traps everywhere. But it kind of turned out that the Badgers got a little bit confused, got a little too close to their opponent, and sand was all kind of just filling in around itself, and nobody could figure out where we were, right?
Yep.
Then all the sand kind of just falling in on itself. And so I was trying to tell my Badgers to go in all at once, jump out, surprise the guy, and attack him. But nobody popped up, and so the only badger standing there was me. I was
Oh,
kind of also
no.
hoping to, hide amongst all the other badgers, but nobody popped to the surface.
So was that a like a skill check fail or?
I think it was. I guess they couldn't hear me.
Oh,
Oh,
because they're muffled underground.
Yeah. So we there was a lack of communication with me and
That
the other
sucks.
badgers, and I got left up there stranded on my own. And he ended up failing it. Plan B was to put him into a hold person position and maybe take away his shield, summon another polar bear out, and just try and take him on that way. But he put me down, skewered me right before I even had a chance.
that was funny though when he first popped up. He typed out, you're like, this isn't going the way it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm
really
gonna admit, you
interesting.
definitely threw a few curveballs in that fight, and I definitely had to make a few on the spot rulings. So
Yeah, I'm reading through the spell now, and it's that they obey your verbal commands. Didn't even occur to me that they couldn't hear your commands because of distance and being underground. Wow, that's rough. That's definitely probably something you hadn't planned for, huh?
Not so much.
yeah, because I was trying to be like,
even have animal, speak with animals to talk to them in general, and I gave them a good solid plan at the beginning, and I guess they just took it a little too far without realizing we were good to go.
Yeah, but even that speak with animals is still a
yeah, they still wouldn't be able to hear me even then.
Yeah. Wow, that's rough. I'd like to hear from our assistant GM. How did things go? What were you expecting? Was there anything that surprised you?
I definitely did not expect them both to immediately turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I was like, wait a minute. They both ran away from each other and they're both hiding. Oh boy. And then, so I couldn't really see some of the back talk. And then when I realized all those badgers were burrowing, I thought, oh man, this is a great plan. This might actually do it. But I think they were just a little too slow, and Thorgard's sword was a little too sharp a couple times.
Yep.
But yeah, it was not at all what I was expecting to happen.
yeah,
Right. All right. Ian, before I go to the winner here, kind of what was going through your mind? What kind of challenges as a DM? What kind of the decisions did you run into that were problematic? And
well, I was trying to most of the time, like, okay, how would the badger logically respond to this situation? What would they be able to hear? And I tried to accommodate Kiefer's plan as much as possible too. Like, okay, the sandwich fell in, but I don't want to punish. But he did come up with a good idea to create an unstable terrain.
yep.
And at 1.2 where I was like,
Oh, we
I'm
didn't
not
end
gonna
up
like,
using
okay, I would think I was like, okay, not much is happening. What can I do to speed things up? And what would a arena master, if you will, to do to make things more interesting? So I'm like, oh, let's drain the sand a little bit and see what happens.
Yep. I think that was a good call.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to our.
I'm not gonna lie, both of you guys definitely made me think. That's for sure.
And that's not something I can do.
Yeah.
I can't make it
Can't confirm.
ever. Just the sinkhole thing was really cool. Drew, how'd it go? What went well, man? You turtled up so quick. We're like, we just thought that was the opportunity. Get in there, get a hold of him, and
What do you
don't let
get in
him
there?
summon
So
something.
at the end of the day, so he won initiative again. Every time, by the way, I've lost initiative. I haven't won one initiative, and I've won, which is against, in my mind, what the statistics on 1v1 D&D should be all about. I would think I'm glad that I was able to pull myself out of the initiative loss, but we were 60 feet away. So as you guys saw in that one move, I was able to use my movement. I can Misty Step with my bonus action and get him. I wasn't even able to use my whole entire class ability, which is for a whole minute I get advantage on a guy for a bonus action.
Damn.
Because as soon as he did, he also critted on his sneak attack, or on his sneak at the early on.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so to kind of play into that, I look around, I don't see him there. I know he's a druid. I know that he's gonna be throwing some weird creatures at me, I imagine. I don't know what. So yeah, I turtle up. I also I was stuck between the glowing eyes of a statue that then struck me in the back and a geyser of hot water that then became a sinkhole. So, Thorgard got on the pillar. He looked around. He shielded up, took stabs when he could. And then when he got his opportunity, he sprinted in there and he capitalized on those hits.
Yeah.
And that's what Thorgard did. So,
And I'll admit, one thing that also tripped me up too was there's a couple times where I'm like, why isn't Foundry doing the thing it usually does? Like, you guys were saying tokens, like, you're not supposed to see that, though. Well, why do you see it?
Yeah.
And
Well, that's just how it goes.
And the hidden modules seem to disappear. I guess it got screwed up during an update. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, so overall, I want to give Brandon and I are going to give our thoughts before we close out here. We're going to give a huge congratulations to Drew, Thorgard taking the championship. Let us know what you thought about the beginning intro of their kind of banter. That was actually, I think that originally started as a Drew idea, so thanks for bringing that up. They started in Discord and took it on to the game, which was super exciting. So here's kind of what I was expecting to happen out from the beginning, and I was surprised. Knowing, because we now have the hindsight of seeing, we've been able to watch Zen Zed play, right?
Yep.
So we've talked over and over about being able to break that concentration as quick as possible. Mm-hmm. And he, as soon as Thorgard got his turn, I was like, he needs to close that gap. He's got Misty Step. He could run, poof, be there as quickly as he can. And he builds up a wall. And I was like, he's going to, okay, I can see where this is going. And then they both were playing the defensive game. And I was like, oh, we need to rethink our arena design. So,
and I'll admit, I kind of like pause. He said, "What's the ground made of?" I'm like, crap.
It all stems from that one DM decision of what is the ground made of, and he chose sand instead of stone. Hey, man, that's how it goes. It's fun. Well, that's why we play it, right?
And I think that there was a good, reasonable. Okay, the sand starts washing away into the geyser or whatever. But Brandon, what did you think?
Oh my gosh. Well, first off, the beginning surprised me completely. Because the separation of the two is like, nope, I'm not fighting. Nope, I'm not fighting. What? Okay. And then Thorgard making a little Caltrap fort next to the pillar was pretty funny.
Yep.
I was really surprised that nothing got caught in that as much as I was hoping, because I thought that was really nice. A nice little addition to the map. So, does anybody have any final comments before we close out here?
Yeah.
Really it was your hold person, I think, was the biggest thing that I wasn't prepared for. And I really should have been. Had all my extra movement and ways to stay away from you, a few javelins, okay. But you were able to get that divine smite in. And had a lot of contingency plans. But that Misty Step rocked out an entire turn.
So, when you were really low health, I was expecting you to turn into like a brown bear or something. Was that on the radar at all, or?
My next turn, I was going to summon a polar bear and become a brown bear myself.
Sure.
That would have been we were talking about your last spell slot there. That would have refilled your hit points at least for a little while. So.
And first, I was hoping to steal his shield with a hold person, grab his shield, throw it down the pit, which a hold person also would have dropped his shield of faith. And then, I would have brought his AC from 22 down to 18 or 19, whatever you have. And, had a better chance.
Thorgard would have gone in the pit. I'm telling you right now, you would have, if he would have woken up from hold person and Thorgard sees that you're his shield, sinking into the sand, he probably would have dove in for the shield.
Oh my God.
I love it.
I mean, for Thorgard purposes, that is a +3 shield to him. And maybe not in our world, but that is that's his baby. Is a +5. He would, that's what he would do. But anyways, Thorgard lives. Thorgard is the champion. It's been a long
I'm happy that your child gets to see his father again.
Right.
Sorry,
what were you trying to say, Brandon?
So those javelins were poggers.
Yeah.
I do gotta say Silver Wolf brought something up in the chat that I'm questioning.
Pants?
That is
that's Andrew.
That's Andrew. He says with Hunter's Mark up, Shield of Faith is gone.
Yeah, it was.
It was. The image was
that. If you cast another spell while concentrating, it drops that concentration.
Yes.
Only if it requires concentration.
Yep. Which it did. So I would have, and we talked about it in there. So I would have lost shield.
Yep.
Going to 20 AC. But in my mind, I felt like he didn't have much life left. And I get a good hit on a Hunter's Mark that's the difference between him going down and not turning into a brown bear and having a polar bear the next turn, right? Like I fail that wisdom save even. He turns into a brown bear and a polar bear right then. Like you could like forget even about that and you just like both like
So
all right, I tell you what, the plan to make the pitfalls with the badgers, that was a brilliant idea. If it wasn't
Yes, indeed.
I thought it was a good idea, so I'm right there with you.
Yep.
All right, well, we're gonna close out because it's late and I'm old. So I want to thank everyone for participating. It was a blast to watch. I enjoy narrating it. These are always fun, especially from our perspective of kind of figuring out what's going through the players' minds. Here's what we would do versus what you're doing, and it's always a lot of fun. So if you guys enjoy this sort of stuff, please let us know in the comments and we'll keep doing it. If you're interested, please come and check out our show on Sunday. We're going to be talking about the new Unearthed Arcana Kryn package. I'm excited because I'm a big Dragonlance person, so it'll be a lot of fun. So come and join us.
And your Discord. I think there's a lot of cool. If you guys like this content, come to the Discord and join in there because I know that we're going to be trying to get some more people. I know if I can say anything about it, I'm looking to get a couple people for maybe a battle royale, something like that, just to taste of something that we might be able to get going. So definitely join the Discord.
That's something. That's definitely
an awesome idea.
In the Discord, and we'll share more on that discussion and as we work through the plan.
Heard.
Yeah.
Well, it's an honor. Would love to have the opportunity to collaborate with you guys again on something like that.
Yep. It's something that we really think would be a lot of fun. So Drew's got a lot of good ideas too. So
nice. Yeah, you should do. I love the energy you bring to the table, man.
Yep. Wish I had that kind of energy. All right, we'll see you guys all later. You guys have a good one. Thanks again for joining us for Clash of Classes. What is the exit we have now? We're supposed to have now?
Class dismissed.
Class dismissed.
Class dismissed.
Class dismissed.
Class dismissed indeed.
I don't know who got that for us, but thank you. I think it was